Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork you will not get anywhere else. Let's get into some more politics. Gonna be like that for a couple days. In fact, kind of moving in a direction where I'm gonna start to sprinkle a lot of politics in a lot of my regular content, which is more so geared towards business owners and using innovative teamwork, using ways of leveraging innovative teamwork to get the most out of your staff. I'm gonna start to sprinkle a lot of politics and a lot of the work I do, seeing at how much I've learned throughout these past couple months with the election, seeing how people respond to L's, seeing how people respond to W's, seeing how much people are willing to work together, how low folks will stoop, how high folks will go. I mean, the kinds of things, the kinds of rhetoric. I mean, really just one of the biggest takeaways from yesterday, recording this, by the way, November 7, 2024. We're a whole day in now of a lot of the reactions from our 47th president-elect, Donald Trump. We're a whole day into a lot of reactions, and I got a whole lot of material reacting to it. And I'll tell you, the one thing I did respect out of all the talking and all the reactions is Kamala Harris's concession speech, all right? It was a great speech, although I've been on record saying I feel like she should have made that speech last night, the night before, immediately following the results, seeing that these people came out to support her. It can be determined on if the speech was written or not written by her and all that kind of stuff. All that being said, it was a great speech and it was a great show of class on her end to concede the victory to Donald Trump, give him a call, say his name in a positive way, and don't invite or, fan the flames on any riots or any things in which, members of society, citizens can be hurt, any violence. We don't evoke any violence, any of that. Didn't go there, make a bunch of excuses and all that kind of stuff. So with that, I gotta show some respect for Kamala Harris for making that speech. And to be honest with you, it makes me wonder now if all these past 110 days, if it was really her talking. And I mean, it was clear with anybody with any level of common sense and critical thinking, ability to critically think about things and really watch things, it was clear that she was planted by the Democratic Party and stuck to talking points no matter what. And yesterday during her speech was the first time I actually really got to see, the real raw and honest her. And you can tell through her body language, you can tell through a lot of the stuff that she was saying that, hey, her presence there was progress enough. At the same time, hey, give credit where credit is due. And it's time to work with Donald Trump to make America great again. All right, no pun intended. But what we get, and I'll probably dive deeper more into this tomorrow when I tap into the live stream, is the excuse making. The people that I've had an issue with throughout the entire election cycle, and these people who are propagandists, they're just filling a lot of people's heads with a lot of just lies. And, they made it about race. They made it about gender. They made it about all the other things that nobody has any control over. And their excuse making throughout yesterday, their meltdowns throughout yesterday, their, inability to graciously accept the defeat and accept what the reality of the situation is. Like the view, and now you're talking about, oh, I'm so sad for my daughters, and now my daughters can't have a dream and women can't have a dream. I mean, come on with that. Miss me with that bullshit, straight up. All right. If you can't get inspired by what you saw Donald Trump do yesterday, that's your fault. That's in your home. If you can't be inspired at the fact that Kamala Harris even lasted this long and was put in with so many obstacles in front of her, and the fact that she stuck there and fought the race the best she could, given that she only had 110 days. If you think that that's something now that your daughters are going to be discouraged about, give me a fucking break. Please, stop. And these are the people that are on national TV talking as if there's some excuse for your daughters and you and your home and how you raise your kids. Now there's some excuse for them to not go after their goals. Now there's some excuse because Kamala Harris got her ass whooped in an election, in a presidential election, the highest office, the most powerful position in the world. Because she lost an election, now all of a sudden your daughters can't dream anymore. Now women don't have rights. Now, get the fuck out of here with that shit. It's that kind of rhetoric. It's that kind of conversation. And I'll close you out with this because I happen to work with a huge, I would consider him an extremist leftist and someone who, in my opinion, makes the mistake of allowing his opinion get in front of the kids and all that. And yesterday, didn't even talk about it. Never even mentioned it. And that is the problem. The problem is not, oh, well, Trump's in office or Harris. The problem is not. The problem is the people. The problem is the people who have gotten so stuck in their own ways, so stuck in their own mind that they don't want to listen. And whenever they take an L, we don't hear from them. We don't hear from them. We hear excuses and we hear, a bunch of empty promises, a bunch of empty bullshit. That's the reality of the situation. So like I said, stay tuned, because I have a whole lot more on this. Me having the football background that I have, and me more particularly playing for the programs that I played for, has taught me, hey, losing just as valuable as winning. It's just as important. You got to learn how to take those L's, bounce back, work with the opponent, work with people, show some respect for your opponent, so at some point we can start to gel together and move forward in a cohesive and a professional way, because we have an obligation to set an example for these kids. All right, just stay tuned. Main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, makeyourmove.com. That's makeyourmove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one, Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.